I am very excited to bring you this one. This is Fairline's brand new Phantom 65. This is its very first showing down here at Cannes, and it's absolutely glorious. So I'm going to take you on board of this, and we are going to do the full tour. We're going to start right at the very back here. Now this is a sports cruiser, but it has the Flybridge. So it's very much that sort of hybrid almost of a Flybridge boat. It's got a good Flybridge actually, and a high performance boat. And because of that, it's got the tender gouge at the back here. That's like a Williams 345. But also there's a high-low platform. It's a 500 kilogram lift. So you can get a decent jet ski on here, and you can get your tender in the garage. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the full tour first of all of the interior, and then we'll come and do all the deck spaces and I'll show you all this. So let's go right on in, and then we'll work our way out. So we're going to start just here. It's a galley aft layout, as you can see. What's great about this is you've got the doors, the two-stage doors that go from here and fold 1, 2, right back out of the way. But also this is a drop window here, so you can see the top of it. This actually powers down, obviously from here. So this can be completely enclosed, but when it's open, it is properly open. It really links these two areas right the way through. That's really nice. If you have a look on this side, you've got the very fine Fairline finishes. Now this is the matte walnut. You can get the high gloss if you prefer, of course, which Fairline are quite famous for, but this does look good. And you're seeing all the typical Fairline attention to detail. Look at this fluted area here, and then they've got this in the light cream up above. This, of course, as you probably gathered for yourself, is a really big fridge, and there's a freezer then down underneath, like so. You've also got, oh, let's try it again. There we go. You've also got your all-electric cooking. It's a ceramic hob, of course. This is cutlery in places like this. What else have we got here? Dishwasher lives down underneath, like so. I've got to shut that one properly. There we are. And then sink around over here, more storage down in a place like this, or in actual fact bins, to be precise. And then what you've got is this lovely dining area directly opposite. Now this of course will unfold, so if you want more dining space here, I'll move that carefully out of the way, and then that opens up like so. Again, that Fairline detailing, look at the way the grain runs through here. Look at these little rubber sections on here. Make sure it doesn't rattle. And in fact you can see as well, they've put this sort of maple finish. We'll see that actually further down the boat. I'll show that to you in a bit more detail. But yeah, it's very Fairline, isn't it? There we go, classic Fairline, as we like to say. Big windows on both sides, loads of light, loads of view. There's just one small step up here, and that's taking us to a very comfortable looking saloon area. Big, deep upholstered furniture here. So you've got the settee there, you've got the settee there, all very social. There's TV, of course, that powers out of here, so you can have this as a lovely movie area. And then this neat little coffee table again. It's all glass and wood and stainless, just looks lovely. And if we come over here, there's a lot of upgrades on this boat, one of which is the Sonos hi-fi system. And these little chaps here, you can link these to your phone or whatever, take those out onto the bathing platform, onto the tender, wherever else, and take your music with you. And they slot in there then and recharge. And then the lower helm is here. Now, because it is the sports cruiser style, we've got the massive roof overhead. And in fact, there's a button cunningly entitled roof open. You have to keep your finger down on it because there's an air seal. You'll see it deflating around the edges. I don't know how well you can see that. And what that does is obviously make sure it's totally airtight and watertight. But then once it has deflated, that powers back. There we go. And now you've got a really big opening up above the helm. That's really great because you can be down here, sheltered, but have the open roof up above you. And this is a fast boat. We'll come to performance when we go down the engine room. It is properly quick, this one. So that's a nice feature. You don't have to be up on the Flybridge being blasted. You can be in here, get the fresh air, but have this great protection from the screen. If we have a look across here, they flush mounted this Garmin kit all the way across. You've got the triple screens. This is currently laid out to engine instrumentation. We've got cameras on here. We've got navigation equipment on here, or display I should say, but of course you can configure all this, so you can touch that there and you can choose, you can see there's a video there. Fairline Yachts, if we push that one there, that, well, we can see this because there's a bit of reflection on there at a minute. There we go. That takes us into the operating system for the boat. So water, fuel. We can go into what else have we got here? There we go. Electrics, all that kind of stuff is all accessed directly from there. But in fact, you don't have to have that on there because there's a dedicated display for that down here as well. So 4 screens in total. Trim tab controls are here, and so forth. All air conditioned, and you can see the little controls for these here. These Dometic air conditioning. If you touch that, you can see you've got the temperature on there, and that blows cool air, or warm air, of course, out of there. If we press on around a bit further, now down here on the lower deck, it all gets quite intriguing because the layout on this, I think, is fantastic. It's basically the same as the Squadron 68, but there's a layout option this boat's got which I think works really well, because on the Squadron 68, and you can have it on this boat if you prefer it, you can have a day heads here, you can have a passageway through here, you've got a cabin on this side, and you've got your VIP cabin up at the bow. Now what they've done on this one is this is still the day heads. Look at these beautiful door handles they put on here. Really lovely size, love these backlit shelves up through here. Separate shower, like so. And again, all that beautiful sort of Fairline finish, the way they've done the stainless steel round here. It's very nicely done. But what they've done with this is, rather than making it the day heads, well, it is the day heads, of course, but there's another door here, and that's the secret to this, because the alternative layout, as I mentioned, has a passageway up through here, and there's a second heads for the forward VIP cabin. This boat uses this for the forward VIP cabin, and what that gives you is massive space here. Look at this. That is absolutely fantastic. I actually came in there earlier and forgot that this wasn't the owner's cabin. It's that big. And as I say, on the other layout, this would all be the ensuite to this cabin. It would be just for this cabin, there'd be a separate day heads. But in fact, all of the cabins are ensuite. So it really begs the question, do you need another separate day heads? In other words, 4 toilets and 3 cabins? I don't think you do. I'd opt for this. I think it's brilliant. Again, that beautiful Fairline finish, this woodwork and the cream upholstery around here. It's all storage up in places like this. Oops, there we go. You've got the hatch up ahead as well. That opens for ventilation. You've got blinds that come across there, and you've got the hull windows too. If we look over on this side then, wardrobe is over here. All illuminated, all beautifully finished. And you look at this fluted woodwork again across here. Very, very nice. Dressing area is here. Mirror to wave in is just here. But yeah, that, I think, is brilliant. That's definitely the layout I would go for. But if you want the other layout, you can have it. But as I say, 3 cabins, 3 heads, isn't that all you need? I think so. This is what I was going to say about that maple again, the way they put this into here. You can choose just to have a plain door if you prefer, but it just gives it a nice bit of detail there. If we cross over the passageway, we will find cabin 3. So you've got your twin beds here, again the hull window, there's TV up in here, there is another big wardrobe there, all illuminated. But this has its own ensuite in here. This is why I don't honestly think you need to have a separate day heads, because that's for this cabin. At night, that forward VIP gets access to the day heads. During the day, that's access to the day heads. And then if we head down here, this is the owner's cabin. Now as we go past, I'll just point out the fact that there is a washer dryer tucked away in there for washing your smalls. And that is a very lovely owner's cabin. How nice is that? Absolutely stunning. Full beam of the boat, huge hull windows. Of course, we've got boats right next to us here, which is not giving us the full impression on those, but you can imagine how to anchor. How nice that would be. Somewhere to tuck yourself away with a good book, somewhere to watch TV. And then this lovely dressing area over on this side. Beautiful. And then if we carry on down the boat on this side, we have got big wardrobe here. Like that. And you've got the illumination again down underneath. But also, there's a little secret wardrobe here. Push that, and that spins open like so. Another big wardrobe there. And more shelving. And then the other thing we have here, right across the back of the boat, is the ensuite to this cabin. Lovely size, big sink here. Wash basin. Somebody told me not to call it a sink, it's a wash basin. I don't know why I listen to what people tell me, but there we are. I try and obey. Shower in here. Rainfall, and then the one shower as well. And again, you've got the big hull windows. There's the opening section. That's what that circular part is, and then you've got the Venetian blinds, as you can see there as well, for a bit of privacy. There we go. That there is access trap to get to engineering areas. I wonder if we can get into it. We always like to have a little sneaky look, don't we? There we go. That's taking you into some of the plumbing, and I'm not sure what's in that box. Possibly a battery. Don't quote me on that. So that is that owner's cabin. Nice, isn't it? Let's go and have a look around the outside. So we'll come right back out through here. Again, that is another maintenance access point. That is a bit of extra storage down underneath here. Towels or linen or whatever else. And that is pretty much the accommodation. But lots to see on the outside, and we've got engines to do as well, of course. So let's come all the way back. There's that big opening roof again. We'll head on back through here, and we'll start on the outside. Now I'm going to take you back to the bathing platform, because there's a couple of things to show you down here. There's access on both sides. Big garage underneath here. We can't open it because the bathing platform has to move back to lift it up, back and down, and because we're in a boat show and really crammed in, there isn't room to do it. I'll see if I can get a photograph and fade that in so that you can see what that looks like. This one here is a shower, like so. And there's even, if I can do this with a GoPro and holding this, and push that one there and lift that, there's a very small crew cabin. Now this is very much an owner-operator style of boat. If you were going to go for regular crew, you'd go for the squadron. But this does give you space, so if you're just doing like maybe a delivery or something and somebody wants to spend the night in here, then it can be done. You've got toilet, sink, bed down there. But I'll say, this is not normally a crew-operated boat. This is an owner-operator boat, so that's just a little bit of overflow somewhere for your daughter's boyfriend to sleep, perhaps. There we go. Okay, we'll head across this way. This I like, this seat folds up, but there's also storage in here. It's quite handy for deck gear and that kind of thing, or indeed these cushions off of here, if you wanted to put them away. They would go there. Shore power plugs into this one, and then steps up. Huge sunbed on the back, very much your sports cruiser style. This is nice. If we lift these off of here, that one there is a seabob locker. You drop them in vertically like that, and there's going to be power in there as well, so you better plug them in and charge them, lift them out, they're ready to go. That's brilliant. It drains as well, so if you put them in wet, the water will simply drain away. Let's put that back there. That one back there. There we go. Let's take a wander around here. Big seating area across here and around here. This I really like where Maggie the Baggy is, because that's so sheltered. You can be tucked away in here, and you've got this fabulous view right out across the back of the boat. This table will open out like that for dining, or you can drop it away. And another neat trick is the fact that you've got a walkway through here, so you can get out onto this deck or down this side, but this seat slides. So if we pull that there, we can pull it across so people can sit all the way around. That's a nice touch. Or slide it back away if you don't want to use it, or you want to get through here. Love these Fairline cleats, they're really nice. And then side decks here. We'll take a wander around because the foredeck on this is particularly special. Look at this massive glazing down the side of this boat. Stunning. Oh, beautiful can. It's so nice to be back. Huge one-piece windscreen, and there's that opening roof up above the helm. If you come up here, There you go. This is what I mean about it being a meld of sports cruiser and Flybridge. We'll see the Flybridge, of course, in a minute, but take a look at this. Lovely, big, social foredeck area. Brilliant. If you're stern to berthed, as we are at the minute, you don't want to sit on the back and be on and show everybody on the quay, this is a fabulous place to come and sit. Really, really nice. And you can have a bimini across here as well if you want, that's supported by poles. There's a concealed anchor winch that's down underneath here, like so, and the anchor chain locker is down in that one. Love, again, the way there's the stainless work around here. That's really smart. And if we come on round, that's what the boat looks like from here. Very, very pretty. And we'll walk down this side. Stainless steel cup holders here. These are, I think, deck lockers here, he says, having not actually had a look. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. A little bit of a clean. Sorry, Miles. Let's pretend we didn't go in there. There we go. Imagine the cleaners coming out here not even knowing that's there. That is what tends to happen, unfortunately. Fairline 50 here, Targa. I've got a tour of one of those on the channel if you want to see it. And we'll come right back down this side. This little chap here is fuel filler for diesel, one each side. If we come right on back then, this is the bit that makes this a sports Flybridge, because we've got the steps up here and we've got this up here. Now the Flybridges on these boats are always much smaller than they are on the traditional Flybridge boats, but having said that, this one's a really good size. Look at this. I mean, obviously it's not as big as the Squadron 68. If you want full-on Flybridge, that's the boat you buy. But a surprising amount of space considering how sports orientated this is, and that sliding roof that we saw at the front. We've got the track vision domes here, we've got the radar on the top, horns, nav lights, searchlight, all that kind of stuff. Bimini on here for a bit of shade, and then seating all the way around here. Another of these folding tables, so this drops open like so. And then over here is the bar area. So you've got the barbecue, you've got the sink, and again that fluting that matches the woodwork that we saw inside. Gives us access to the ice maker and the fridge. And of course the upper helm is here. So you've got these two lovely pedestal mounted seats. Just correct my OCD, there we go. Again, the Garmin screens, twin screens here and a further screen there. And then you've got your throttle controls. These are your trim tab controls. I love the way it's done these switches down here. Bim up and bim down is the bimini. It's actually a powered bimini, so that makes it easy to erect and fold away. And then you've got autopilot just there. Very nice helm position. What's also great is you've got this area next to the helm. I mentioned it was very much an owner-operator boat. If you're cruising down the coast, this is brilliant because you're sat here and you can have all your family or friends with you, all enjoying the ride, all enjoying this brilliant view from up here, and you can see that sliding roof just there. And in fact, there's a Squadron 68 here. This is, if you don't want the performance and you want the big Flybridge, well, Fairline can do that for you. That's the Squadron 68. We've got a full review of that on the channel. In fact, we took one of those out to sea as well. We've got a seat trial on one of those. So that is that. This is the Fairline standard. You've got the 50 here. What else have we got? Targa 45. We've got the, that I think is the F-Line 33 with a new layout. I need to see if I can get a video of that. So yeah, you've got some nice product here. That's the Flybridge. Let's not get distracted. Let's move on. So back down here, I think the only thing left is the engines. And if we come down here, this is the engine access. Now there are two engines on this. You can have the C18s, Caterpillar, or the big C32s, and that's what this boat has got. They are monsters. Oh, I must show you this. Cockpit fridge. And also, if we look in this one, since I'm going past it, safety locker. So it's got automatic fire extinguishing, but there's a manual override. It's got fuel shutoffs here for the engines and the generator. There's a backup manual bilge pump. There's electric pumps as well, of course. So that's all your safety kit tucked away in there. But anyway, let's carry on down this ladder. check out my socks. I'm a proper Englishman abroad with my socks. I should have sandals really, shouldn't I, instead of deck shoes. Do it properly, maybe a knotted handkerchief on my head. Okay, if we come right down here, these are a pair of Caterpillar C32 engines. These are absolute beasts. Now the top speed on this boat with those engines, I say they are the upgraded engines, 37 knots. Absolutely flying and very, very comfortable. I'm told at 28. Range we don't know. This boat's so new they've not done the figures on it yet. We're going to guess at about 250 to 300 at high speed because that's typically what these boats do. But I say it hasn't actually been figured yet. It's so new. You can see the fuel tanks outboard, and you can see all the circuit breakers across here. Stuff you don't normally need to get to, but when you do, it's fairly easy to reach. And if we drop down the back here, you've got some of the engineering areas. So for example, air conditioning units are down here, generator is down here, and so forth. These are conventional shaft drive. You can see the shafts running out down here, so it keeps the engines well forward, keeps the boat well balanced. It's all nice and fairly simple. Gearboxes are here, and engines of course up here. But yeah, those are big engines. C32s, you see those on some of the smaller super yachts. I mean, they're proper big league. That's really impressive, and the performance, well, yeah, in a word, awesome. Okay, let's come back out of here. Love the way they put lighting down underneath here. All very subtle, looks lovely at night. I'll show you this as well. These little Fairline emblems on the steps. Brilliant, it's all in the details. Okay, hoist myself back out of the engine space. We're going to shut that one back down. There we go. There's Maggie the Baggy, look, just chilling in the Cannes evening. Let's go back up here. Oh, I'll show you that as we're going past. That is controls for the passerelle, up, down, in, out, and so on. And that extends out of the top step, so you just walk straight out across the boat onto the deck. Let's go up here. There's that Fairline F-Line 33. Is that the new layout? I think it is. I'm going to have to find out. Watch out for that one coming soon. And that's about it. I'm going to say massive thanks to Fairline Yachts. They organised this tour for me. Huge thanks to you guys for watching. Let me know what you think of this one, and we'll look forward to catching you on another one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.